take a look at Kano State. Former Commissioner for Rural and Community Development in Kano State, Sani Abbas, has joined the All Progressives Congress, APC, from the New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, adding to the increasing number of defectors from the party. Abbas announced his defection from the NNPP during a visit to the Kano residence of the Deputy President of the Senate, Senator Barau Jibrin, on Friday night. In the past 6 months, hundreds of leaders of the NNPP from across the 44 local government areas of Kano State have dumped NNPP and the Kwankwasia movement together with thousands of their supporters. Tagged the Barau Tsunami, the defection gala saw thousands of NNPP members thrashing their red caps, the symbol of the Kwankwasia movement in Kano State, and embracing the APC. Following the calls by some NNPP leaders that the Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf should take charge of governance firmly in the state, the secretary to the state government, Abdullahi Bichi, and 5 commissioners, including Abbas, were sacked last month. During his visit to the Kano residence of the Deputy President of the Senate, Abbas announced his defection, pledging to work towards the success of the APC across Kano State and beyond. Senator Barau, who is the first Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, received Abbas together with the APC Chairman in Kano State, Prince Abdullahi Abbas, Dan Sarki, Jikan Sarki, and other party leaders. Barau assured Abbas, a dedicated grassroots mobilizer, of the APC's unwavering commitment to building a better future for the people of Kano State and all Nigerians, while stressing that APC is big enough to accommodate all lovers of the country. He said they would continue to promote the values of good governance, inclusivity, and service to humanity. Oh my. Star Commissioner is dumping NNPP to APC. I'd like to get your take on this movement from Abbas.
I think what is happening in Kano is like they're trying to demystify the Kwankwasia movement, or the influence of Kwankwaso in the political equation of Kano.
Okay.
In Kano State today, it is difficult to now say, of course, even the result of the governorship election showed that Kano was sharply divided. And then what I found intriguing is that the NNPP was not able to manage, or as it were, has not been able to manage its success to the extent that it could keep, at least it could not only keep its membership and probably get some other people across to it. There's been too much upheaval, instability in Kano. It's expected when the election gets, the political situation gets that sharply divided, you can be sure that the opposition will also not rest. They will continue to push. But then it depends, it now comes to question the capacity of the sitting governor to make gains. But here, unfortunately, the APC, that was the government before and had significant lawmakers, federal and state, appears to be muscling its way into even the NNPP. And you can be very sure. I personally think the issue, the way they handled even the Kano mayorship tussle is also contributing to all of this. The commissioner, you can imagine then the character of the people that we have in government. people without convictions, people without ideology, people who are just after their stomach. You'll be wondering why a commissioner would, because you are whatever you may have done, I'm sure would not be something that would be such that the governor was unable to stomach. We have not gotten to the details of what really his sins are. But the fact that you are relieved of your appointment, that would mean that you have to jump ship. Then the question is, what kind of person have you been all along within that fold? Have you not been a mole? There are people who are veiled and continue and behave like friends. Meanwhile, they are actually working for the opposition. So we have all manner of persons populating our political parties and the political space, and even governance space, and that is a problem for our country. People without convictions, people without character, people without integrity, people who are moved only by their selfish interests. Okay. And as long as we have this kind of people at the helm of affairs, we can be sure that our country, our state, will not, make the kind of progress that we ought to make. Okay, so what do you think this Barao tsunami that's been tagged, the defection of thousands of NNPP members, to APC and also trashing their caps, what do you think this will mean for NNPP, the party? It's based on the influence of Rabiu Kwankwaso as a Kwankwasia movement. Is built on that movement. Even, mind you, Ganduje, who was the governor, was also part of it. He was deputy to Rabiu Kwankwaso. And then, maybe at the point of, at the point where he was to contest for the governorship, that was where they broke away, they broke camp. Or was it when he was already governor? So at that point, and now it's been a fight all along. Even his second tenure was also a very stiff fight. And then he eventually, but he used probably his power of incumbency so well that he was able to return. But he could not withstand the pressure after he himself left office. But that is not to say it was a smooth ride for the NNPP. Again, we're asking ourselves, the character and the kind of parties that we have, are they parties that are sustainable? So we need to get our politics to that point where parties are built on ideology, not on one man's own fancy or whatever. These are not likely to last long. And not even on the fact that any government in power, then people begin to troop. So what happens? The moment that one goes, then everybody goes their separate ways. For us to deepen our democracy and to really, really establish it, we need to get to have parties which have foundations, ideological foundations, and that people are in those parties because of what they believe in, and not because of where they think that party will take them to, and then or how much they will get from the common till. So we Nigerians, the instability we find in the polity is not likely to abate until we are able to get around to that point where our political parties are ideological based, and then we can say of a truth, yes, we are there. But for now, the instability we're finding, where we are seeing, is actually occasioned by people who are just after their stomach, who are after stomach infrastructure.
All right.
Who are there for their stomach. And so if this one does not benefit me, then I jump to the other one. And what I don't know is the same people who have moved this way, whether they will actually not exhibit those same character traits here.
Because, the way he was actually welcomed by the APCs.
It's obvious that he's been working for them all along.
So, those are the questions, there are concerns as regards to that as well. The way he was welcomed, Barral says, assures Abbas that that APC is big enough to accommodate all lovers of the country, and that they will continue to promote the values of good governance, inclusivity. I'm going to stop there. Inclusivity. Do you think that accepting Abbas into the party has to do with inclusivity?
I don't know what he means by that.
All right.
But if he says values of good governance, again, like a lot of people who will disagree.
Okay.
Who will actually contend with that statement, because today, I'm sure the socio-economic situation of Nigerians is worse off than when the APC got into power.
All right.
So a lot of people who are just shifting to the APC, it's just about their furthering their own political and economic nest. It is not that the APC itself has delivered to the satisfaction of Nigerians. Are we better off today economically than when the APC took over power? Progressively, we have seen Nigerians' livelihood devalued. And then there are a lot of issues. A lot of people are talking. People like Obasanjo are talking. There are so many things they are not resting on their, and people are crying out, and the economy is biting. People can't make ends meet, and people are dying, just asking for food. People are dying in stampedes just to get food to eat. So if anybody tells me that APC is big enough and it is good governance, mention good governance with regard to it, I don't know to what end. If good governance cannot deliver, a good governance that has not been able to deliver, has not raised the quality of life of the average Nigerian, I do not see. The entire purpose of governance is actually for the welfare and security of the citizenry. Today, do we feel more secure? We just read of Imo State, all these things are still happening, they're still rife. Insecurity still pervades the country. So let them not talk about good governance. Politicians will always move, but that is politicians. The people that are moving are politicians. Incidentally, we have more of selfish politicians than we have true people who mean well for the people. So politicians are moving here and there, looking for where will be beneficial to them.
Right.
But in doing so, the truth of the matter is that the generality of the people are suffering and they are crying, and the earlier we begin to address that. Incidentally, they are not even allowing the people to form. The people are also inroads have also been made to the people, and even poverty, as it were, is weaponized, and then the people themselves can't even bring themselves together to have a strong voice as to say this is not good enough for us and we don't want this or we want this. So unfortunate. Here we are.